secured. They wouldn't just be boxes floating around allowed to be accessed. So they already are on pallets and they're removing the whole pallets. So how can we then inventory what they're taking? You can only see what is happening on the outside of the pallet. You would not be able to see on the inside.
Live from Michigan Avenue, this is Good Day Chicago.
Good morning. Thanks for coming with us on this Thursday. Welcome to Good Day Chicago. I'm Gabriella Primus.
I'm Brian Jackson. Here's a look at some of the stories we're following this morning.
We're following breaking news out of the city's south side, where one person is dead after a home catches on fire.
We're also getting a better look at what happened inside the Bolingbrook Police Department when federal immigration agents showed up to arrest a man.
And taking a live look outside, the cold air is here to stay. What we need to know about any incoming snow for the Chicago area. Mike, what are you thinking?
I'm still thinking that tomorrow morning it starts. Out there right now, things are kind of quiet. It's just really cold again. Skies are mainly clear. You talked about the lake effect snow. Right now it is on the eastern shore impacting parts of Michigan. But already we do have a winter storm watch for you in Lake and Porter County. So going to effect tomorrow afternoon and last through Saturday afternoon. Let's look at current temperatures, though. Pretty close to zero area wide. We're 3 above at O'Hare, but 3 below at Aurora, 1 below at Woodstock, 7 in Valparaiso, a veritable heat wave there. Temperatures today going to max out in the teens. Back to you both.
All right, thank you, Mike.
We now go to some breaking news this morning. A woman is dead following a house fire on Chicago's South Side. Officials say that it happened in the 7,000 block of South Bell Wednesday night around 10:15. Chicago police received a call about the fire. When they arrived, they saw firefighters extinguishing the flames. A 75-year-old woman was found with burns on her body. She was taken to a hospital where she later died. Both Chicago police and the Chicago Fire Department are currently investigating the incident. Well, family and friends gathered in Downers Grove to remember 30-year-old Eliza Morales.
She was 5 months pregnant when she was stabbed multiple times. Court documents say 19-year-old Nadis Revutkus stabbed Morales 70 times, then set her home on fire. Prosecutors say Revutkus and Morales connected on Facebook Marketplace and eventually met in person to finalize a truck sale in the 2300 block of Ogden Avenue. Revutkus initially denied being involved, then later confessed to killing her. Morales was still alive when the fire was started and tried to escape. Prosecutors say the unborn child died due to her mother's injuries. Her relatives tell Fox Chicago Morales and her husband were excited to grow their family.
She was such a smart mom. You know, she was healthy food, organic, always at the library with the babies, always reading, teaching them, and, you know, to grow up to be great adults like her. Unfortunately, that was ripped away from her.
Revutkus is expected to be back in court later this morning. The family has created a GoFundMe page to help pay for funeral expenses.
New video shows the arrest of a man by federal immigration agents at the Bolingbrook Police Station. This happened Tuesday morning. Officials claim that 40-year-old Giovanni Sotelo rammed a parked law enforcement vehicle during immigration enforcement. His family claims that he had no idea who they were and that instead he went to the Bolingbrook Police Department to report what happened. In the video, you can also see some of the agents were unmasked. And the federal agents involved in the deadly shooting of Alex Preddy in Minneapolis are now on leave. The Department of Homeland Security says that the 2 agents have been on leave since Saturday. One was a Border Patrol officer, while the other worked for the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. An investigation is still underway.
Meanwhile, registered nurses came together in the near West Side to hold a vigil to honor Alex Preddy. It was held at the Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. This is the message they had during that vigil.
This was an execution in cold blood. Shine the light. Shine the light. And now, as we expect in these days, nothing new. Shine the light on federal agents who blocked local investigating teams, refusing to accept the search warrant to enter the scene. Shine the light. Shine the light.
The nurses there also called on Congress to vote to abolish ICE. Hinsdale police are searching for more suspects involved in a burglary that was all caught on camera. It happened at the store Kelsey's along South Washington Street near the Metro train station there. The video inside the store shows the thieves scrambling to grab the merchandise. Officers responded and found 2 vehicles. Police chased down one of the vehicles involved. 4 people are now facing charges. The next court appearance is February 23rd, but cameras show a total of 8 suspects were involved. Officers are now working to identify the other suspects.
A spa owner is facing felony charges after prosecutors say that he secretly recorded clients using hidden cameras.
Fox Chicago's Casey Cronus has more on this investigation.
Hinsdale's police chief says detectives have been working this case for more than a year, ultimately identifying at least 60 victims who were unknowingly and illegally recorded. What started as an anonymous tip to police set off a lengthy investigation. Reflection Spa is owned by 51-year-old Jason Spencer, who is now charged with 5 felony counts of unauthorized videotaping. Located near First in Washington, on the 2nd floor of a commercial space, police say they got the report of a possible hidden camera at the business in December of 2024. Officers then found hidden cameras in treatment rooms, along with a recording device and a hard drive. Police Chief Brian King says detectives spent months combing through video and interviewing hundreds of customers. He shares that the victims had no idea they were being filmed. The spa offers massages, waxing services, and other body treatments. Police say no other crimes were committed at the business. Hinsdale's village president Greg Hart says when this all came to light, they didn't renew the spa's license, which expired last month. Cybercrime expert Detective Rich Wistocki is weighing in with tips on how to identify cameras when you are in a private setting.
If you see a flashing light, a lot of times they'll put black tape on it. A lot of times they'll cover it with black paint right before you get changed. Just say, I need a little bit of time to get changed. And so you look in the vents. You look in the sprinkler system, you look at the smoke detectors, you look at the outlets.
He adds that this case highlights the importance of anonymous tips.
See something, say something, report something. Don't report to anybody else but the police. Don't go on social media and say, hey, this, that, because you could be opening yourself to liability. So you want to have the professionals come in.
Spencer is appealing Hinsdale's decision not to renew his business license. As for those criminal charges, he is due back in court next month. We are waiting on a statement from Spencer or his attorney about the allegations. Reporting in Hinsdale, Casey Cronus, Fox Chicago.
Indiana lawmakers passed a bill that sets up money for building the Chicago Bears a brand new stadium in Northwest Indiana. Senate Bill 27 passed 46-2. It creates the Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority. That is the group that would help pay for an NFL stadium. The bill still needs to pass the Indiana House and get signed by Governor Mike Braun. We're only 1 week away from the NBA trade deadline. There's been a lot of rumors swirling about what the Bulls could or maybe not do.
Right. Mike, what do you think? Do they think they can make the big move before the deadline?
I don't know. The question is, are they going to be buyers? Are they going to be sellers? These are the questions that Bulls fans have been wondering about really for years. Their most attractive candidates for other teams would be Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu. Both are on expiring contracts. Chicago Sports Network's Casey Johnson weighed in on the possibilities for the Bulls while on Chicago Sports Tonight.
It's pretty established throughout the league that the Bulls would be open to moving some of these expiring contracts for the right price. They're not going to make a trade just to make a trade. But when you have 7 players headed for unrestricted free agency, if you let all 7 of those players walk for nothing, you're in a bad situation. So if the right opportunity presents itself where you can add some young talent or some draft picks and get rid of one of these expiring contracts so you safeguard against losing them for nothing, then it's something you got to look at. It's not to say the Bulls don't like Kobe White. They love Kobe White, but when you've got that many players headed unrestricted free agency, you sometimes have to be proactive about that situation and get out in front of it. The league-wide impression is the Bulls are listening to, calls that they're getting.
As they should. Speaking of the Bulls, they drop another one. This time it is to the Pacers. Less than a minute left. Game decided at 107. Andrew Nembhard steps back and buries the jumper. Pacers are up by 2. Kobe White has the ball. He dishes to Nikola, who banks in the triple. Bulls are now up by 1. Less than 20 seconds ago, Aaron Nesmith gets the reverse layup to fall off the glass. Pacers up by 1, which leaves 7 seconds left. Kobe White's going to try to get the ball in here. Watch it. But This is going to get blocked by Nesmith, and the Bulls lose by 3, 113 to 110, a heartbreaker. Now to the NFL. The Bears named quarterback Caleb Williams as their offensive player of the year. And why not? He set the franchise record for passing yards in a season, recorded 27 touchdowns, only had 7 interceptions. He also helped lead the Bears to their first division title since 2018 and first postseason win since 2010. Congrats to him. Now to baseball. Chicago White Sox are going to be sporting a new jersey patch this upcoming season. The local company CME Group is sponsoring that patch. The announcement was posted to social media. The company says it is more than just a sponsorship, but a partnership built on shared values and a commitment to the fans. All right, let's look at today's schedule. Blackhawks taking on the Penguins and Sid Crosby in Pittsburgh this evening. The puck will drop at 6 p.m. our time. Bulls back home to host the Heat at 7. For men's college hoops, Northwestern will host the Nittany Lions at 7. Fighting Illini take on Washington at 8. And in women's college hoops, we've got the Fighting Irish out west taking on Cal at 9 p.m. local time here. On to the weather. We have clear skies out there. It's just cold. My thermometer was about -1 almost my entire drive in. And there are plenty of sub-zero temperatures across the area. But we're headed for the teens again. Yesterday we hit 17. I think we'll be in that ballpark again. And with a good deal of sunshine, it won't be that windy. So all things considered, it's almost pleasant out there later on. 3 at O'Hare with a wind chill of -8. Look, you still need the heavy winter coat. You need the hat and gloves, especially if you're spending any time outside. But these numbers a little bit more palatable than they have been in recent mornings. We had 7 at Valparaiso, Michigan City and Benton Harbor, wind coming off the water, 18 there. But it is 1 below at Woodstock, 1 above in DeKalb, and at Aurora, the usual cold spot, Sugar Grove, 3 below. That's also the home of the coldest wind chill, looks like. 17 below there, 13 below at Woodstock, feels like -10 on exposed skin in Gary. Let's get to it. Lake effect snow. It is going on now in parts of Michigan in particular. This is kind of a disorganized area of snow at present. During the day today, lots of sunshine for most of Chicagoland. Watch as the snow gets a little bit better organized tonight and it starts to migrate to the west. Now, here's a little bit of good news. It looks like the snow will be coming into the area just a little bit later tomorrow. That may spare at least especially the first half of the morning commute. And then looks like it'll push pretty far inland. And then a new band of snow will come through the area, perhaps tomorrow afternoon. But this is where it looks like the worst of the snow is going to be pointed. Northwest Indiana, Lake and Porter County. You've got a winter storm watch now. That'll go either to an advisory or a warning. And it's possible the lake effect snow does come back in the Illinois side on Saturday morning. I'll show you that 7-day forecast here in just a little bit, but likely to see some impacts with the several inches of accumulation from that lake effect.
All righty, Mike. Thank you.
Well, coming up on Good Day, a heated exchange on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, what was said between Senator Tammy Duckworth and the U.S. Secretary of State when we come back.
You're starting to like.
Here's a look at our top stories. We're following breaking news out of the South Side. A 75-year-old woman is dead following a house fire in the 7000 block of South Bell. The cause of the fire is currently under investigation by both Chicago Police and the Chicago Fire Department.
The federal agents involved in the deadly shooting of Alex Preddy in Minneapolis are now on leave. The Department of Homeland Security says the two agents have been on leave since Saturday. One was a Border Patrol officer, while the other worked for the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol.
Indiana lawmakers passed a bill that sets up money for building the Chicago Bears' new stadium in Northwest Indiana. It creates the Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority, which is the group that would help pay for an NFL stadium. The bill still needs to pass the Indiana House and get signed by Governor Mike Braun.
Senator Tammy Duckworth gets into a war of words with the U.S. Secretary of State. Duckworth and Marco Rubio had a heated exchange during a Senate hearing. Duckworth tried to corner Rubio on President Trump's strategy in Venezuela and whether or not the U.S. is currently at war. She also repeatedly asked Rubio about the president invoking the Alien Enemies Act as a pretext to conduct mass deportation and policing along the border.
These groups have waged war on the United States. They have waged, for example, Tren de Agua is not just a criminal gang presence in our street. It is a criminal gang directly responsible for narco trafficking.
The Trump administration has acknowledged that the vast majority of the men it rounded up and deported to torture under this law had no criminal records whatsoever.
We didn't torture anybody.
Over 75%.
Who did we torture? We haven't tortured anybody. We've arrested people that are members of gangs and we've deported them. We don't want gang members in our country.
Have found that many of the men were here legally. If the administration is willing to lie about who it's targeting under this law, what protections do totally innocent people have against abuse? Again, I want to ask you, will you advise the president to rescind his invocation of the wartime Alien Enemies Act?
No, of course not. I mean, these are people that are threats to the national security of the United States.
This was part of Rubio's testimony in front of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee.
California Governor Gavin Newsom says he's launching a review into whether TikTok is breaking the law. It comes as users have reported anti-ICE content and videos related to Jeffrey Epstein are now being suppressed by the app. The platform avoided a nationwide ban by finalizing U.S. ownership deal backed by President Trump. TikTok responded to the censorship allegations, blaming issues on app glitches caused by power outages. A data privacy expert tells Fox Chicago now the company is U.S. owned, privacy laws require them to reveal what data it collected and how it's used.
They're collecting your immigration status. They're collecting your sexual orientation. They're collecting your demographics, hobbies, everything about you. They know. They're tracking your location. We've always theorized it, and we kind of knew, but didn't know. Well, now it's out there in the open. People are seeing it.
California State Senator Scott Weiner says a TikTok video he posted Monday morning criticizing ICE and mentioning the Minneapolis shooting received 0 views. He has nearly 50,000 followers on the app. He says that's never happened before, and he believes TikTok is censoring complaints about ICE.
All right, time's now 4:49. Checking in with Mike. No sunshine yet, but it is on the way.
It is, yeah. It's going to be another bright day. Yesterday we had plenty of sunshine. That was definitely nice. So the kids going to school can look out the windows and see sunshine, but make sure they're dressed for cold again today. It'll be about 2 at 7 in the morning. At noon up to 14, and then we'll be in the mid-teens this afternoon. It won't be very windy, so wind chills may be a few degrees warmer than normal. But look, this is still cold. Normal high this time of year, 31 or 32. We are nowhere near that. 3 below 0, the current temp at Aurora's Airport. It is 3 above, though, at Gary and O'Hare. 7 degrees at Valparaiso. Waukegan, 1. Today, we'll top out in the mid to upper teens. Northwest winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour, and you'll see plenty of sunshine. A couple of clouds out there. Tonight, no precipitation yet. It's going to be clear early. A little bit of an increase in cloud cover coming in from the east as that lake effect band gets a little bit closer to us. We'll have a low of 4. Tomorrow, lake effect snow. It will start probably somewhere between 7 and 9 in the morning. I'm favoring areas north of the city, so Lake County, Illinois gets in on this act first. Then that lake effect snow band slides down the lake so that by tomorrow night, it's pointed into northwest Indiana. We'll continue with, I think, a lighter variety of lake effect snow anywhere adjacent to the lake on Saturday, a high of 22. Sunday, a high of 25. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of snow Sunday into Monday, but I've dialed down my expectation for any accumulations there. Should be very, very light. Temperatures might actually hit 30 on Wednesday with some light snow.
Finally. Woo. Thank you, Mike.
Well, coming up, Lurie Children's is working on a new pediatric hospital.
The details about that new facility and where it could be when we come back.
When you have
Welcome back. Lurie Children's is planning on expanding to the western suburbs. There's a proposal to bring a pediatric hospital to the Downers Grove area. Plans include a pediatric emergency department, surgery suites, and key pediatric specialties like oncology and cardiology. It would be the Lurie Children's first inpatient hospital outside of the main Streeterville location. We spoke with the president and CEO on Chicago Live, who tells us they want to meet the need of a growing population of families in the area.
The further you get away from your support group, your family, your extended family, your friends, your church, your school, all of those things that are crucial to the healing process of children and the eventual outcomes of them, it's better that they're closer to that system than not. And so when there's an opportunity to make sure that we can provide the necessary care for the necessary level of illness, we want that done in their community, where they live, where they work, where they play, and where they learn.
Plans for the potential new hospital are still in the early stages and still need to be approved.
A new children's book is now out about the experience of the Wrigley Field bleachers. The book is called My First Trip to the Bleachers. The story is about a little boy inspired by the author's son who gets a surprise with the trip to his very first Cubs game. Follows from getting the tickets to singing Go Cubs Go and much more. I'm sure Mike Kaplan's going to grab that one.
That is
looks
so
fun.
cute.
Yeah, look at that.
What a fun book.
And it's just, I'm ready for some baseball weather.
I was just thinking the same thing,
You know?
Nick. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for summer.
We're almost done
Spring
with
training right around the
January.
corner.
Yeah. Fingers are crossed that we get there. We got to get through some lake effect snow, though, before we can even hope for any kind of a warm up. And that's going to start tomorrow. Now, there is lake effect snow on the east side right now. And this is a look at the radar view. Not all of that is reaching the ground. See, some of it's pointed there, maybe towards Michigan City. But the activity there in Michigan is definitely doing so. Eventually, this lake effect snow is going to instead be going this direction. It is going to start to come over and impact the Illinois side here tomorrow, especially in the morning, and then that lake effect snow will slide all the way down the lake and focus in northwest Indiana, and that's where the biggest problems are likely to be. In fact, that's where we have a winter storm watch for those of you in Lake and Porter County. This is for mainly late tomorrow afternoon through Saturday afternoon. This will change. It'll either go over to a winter storm warning or a winter weather advisory, and don't be surprised if a couple of counties on the Illinois side get at least a winter weather advisory advisory as well. Today, no real problems other than the fact it is cold again. A high of 16 degrees, similar to what we've seen the past couple of days. It will be mostly sunny, though, and with not a lot of wind. If you're outside, it's not going to be all that bad, especially compared with how it's been. 7-day forecast, we've got lake effect snow coming in here tomorrow into Saturday. Temperatures moderate a little bit. We'll be in the 20s, maybe even flirting with 30 next Wednesday. Another chance for some light snow getting in here Sunday night into early Monday. And then maybe some light snow coming in on Wednesday as well. No big storms in sight. The main concern is going to be that lake effect may come down heavily for periods of time as it slides across the lakeshore tomorrow into Saturday. 4:56, we're coming right back after this.
Two-minute car wash initiated.
A popular baby food snack is being recalled due to potential contamination. Gerber issued a nationwide recall for limited batches of its arrowroot biscuits. The biscuits may contain soft plastics or paper pieces. Gerber says that the foreign material came from an arrowroot flour supplier. The products have been best before dates between October the 16th of 2026 and December the 16th of 2026.